A thread by Carlos Oswita. There we go. What did I tell you? Donald Trump strikes again. I'll post Mike Pence's video, but watch it after you read what I write. You'll be very happy. From the video, from Mike Pence, quote, "We have no tolerance for violence against any individual in this country. No tolerance for police brutality, and no tolerance for rioting in the streets or looting, the destruction of property, or the claiming of innocent lives, including the lives of law enforcement." That's one of the reasons the president took the strong action earlier this week, working with governors to deploy resources and personnel to our streets. And I'm pleased to report that in cities across the country, we've quelled the violence and made space for peaceful protesters to continue to let their voice be heard. How about them apples? You didn't see them, you didn't hear about them, and nothing leaked. I told you that something happened in my city. It lasted about 2 hours. It's clear that the cops knew something was coming. In the morning, I spoke with 2 deputies. The older one was almost delirious with joy. The younger one looked haunted, but on board. "It's really busy out there," he said. "Big day, really busy." The older one had to be a combat veteran. The younger one was seeing the full power of the federal government on display. He was in awe. Trump let the governors go out and squawk, "No way, no how!" But he didn't give them a choice. Have you ever read Robert Frost's poem, Fire and Ice? Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Trump is ice when he has to be. But it's not hate that motivates him. It's love for us, the people who live in this country. The violence was stopped in one night. That is what we can do. We'll never know who did what. Fine by me. Does anybody care about the murderers and arsonists? I don't. You can bet that Trump didn't tell the governors what would happen. He just told them that they would have to stop the feds by force. Good luck with that. So the governors caved, of course. Why are so many cities stopping their curfews? Because the professional criminals have been neutralized, one way or another. Sure, it would have been great to see tanks in downtown New York City, but it wouldn't have been smart. Every federal trigger puller in the country has undergone extensive training by our allies, our Middle Eastern allies, the ones who did this. Hundreds of armored vehicles and self-propelled artillery pieces were landed in Aden, Yemen, without anyone noticing. But before that, 170 mine-resistant assault-protected vehicles landed in Little Aden. We're going to call them MRAPs. They're wheeled vehicles that are mine-resistant and ambush-protected vehicles. So they're kind of like tanks with big wheels. Little Aden was completely surrounded. On July 14th, 2015, about 600 men in 75 MRAPs broke out of Little Aden and blasted their way over to the roads leading into Aden, capital of Yemen, taking them. Another 300 Saudi and Emirati special forces went by boat from Little Aden to Aden and captured it. The operation took a few hours. On August 4th, 2015, the hundreds of armored vehicles broke out of Aden and raced to Marib. At the same time, 150,000 Yemenis who'd spent the past 4 months training in Saudi Arabia poured across Al Wadiya crossing and raced to Marib. From there, The Yemenis carefully fought for 5 years until they defeated the Houthis. Absolutely everything you've heard about the Yemen war is enemy propaganda. There were no war crimes committed. The previous Houthi uprisings were put down by the dictator Ali Abdullah Saleh. He leveled everything in sight, killing over 40,000 in his last war. The Saudis and the UAE helped Yemenis win. It took time, but Middle Easterners are patient. The people who somehow pulled off stunning military operations have been training our people, which is why we never saw anything. No civil war, no collapse. It's all lies. Think about it. We're all armed, and our cities were burned. Did we lose our heads? No, because we're Americans, not third worlders. Trust the Trump. He'll never let you down. Carry on.